I just want to apologize for the crappy audio. Just bear with me on it and whatnot. I did my best to fix it, but I don't know what happened to it. So this is what you're gonna get. So I hope you guys still enjoy. Remember, I did my best. Hope you guys enjoy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the first ever video of this channel. Now, I do want to say one thing. It is my passion and dream to fly a plane. That shit is expensive. But with the power of video games, we shall do something like that. Now, as a beginning enthusiast, you can call it, I found this thing called FS Academy. If you don't know what it is, it's a bunch of courses that are implemented, well, you can purchase them, and through the marketplace on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it allows you to do more or less like flight training. So, in the aspect of everything, I thought we would do 0 to hero. It's one of the options they have, and it allows you to go from the beginning to the jetways and whatever in between and after. We are starting from the beginning. Navigator 1, the view from above. And I don't know where we're gonna go, but we're gonna go and we're gonna do with it. We're gonna do it and we're gonna have fun and we're gonna enjoy. Sit back, relax, and let's learn together. I don't have. Oh, hold on.
Welcome to FS Academy Navigator.
Am I flying?
Cross-country navigation is one of the most rewarding experiences in aviation, and that's exactly what we're going to cover in this series. We'll start by demonstrating how the different types of ground features we can use for navigation look from the air, then build up to more sophisticated techniques, including controlled airspace, drift corrections, and challenging conditions. It's a warm summer's day off the UK south coast, with some haze and light clouds. Great conditions for commencing our exploration of VFR navigation. VFR standing for Visual Flight Rules. Keep following the coast eastbound at 2,500 feet, and we'll take a look at how to select and use ground features for navigation. Navigation in its basic form is stringing together a series of landmarks that are easily visible from the air. There is a wide range of useful features that you can select as waypoints, which can be divided into 3 main categories: lines, points, and areas. On your left side is the coastline, which is a great example of a line feature. A line feature gives very accurate guidance in a single dimension. This is to say that when following a coast, as we are at the moment, we have a very clear indication of our lateral tracking, as it's immediately obvious if we are to the left or right side of the coast. However, following a straight line gives little information in terms of distance, unless there is a standout feature along the line, such as a town, harbour, pier, or other distinctive landmark. Up ahead we see that the coastline has a sharp bend to the left, which is just the kind of easily visible and unmistakable characteristic that we look for when selecting waypoints at the planning stage.
I guess.
Fly along the coast until we reach the sharp bend, known as Selsey Bill. Aim to keep us at 2,500 feet.
Okay. That means I gotta go down. Okay. Don't want to overspeed. Okay. All right. There we go. We'll go up a little bit.
Aim to keep us at 2,000.
Yeah. I see. I'm gonna go up. There we go. Oop, it's a little windy. Oh, go down. Oh God. Oh God. Sorry, I was. Do not text and fly, people. Do not text and fly.
2,500 feet.
I was texting and flying. Somebody, I needed to respond to something. Right. Fuck.
Now please make a 180 turn to the left to follow the coast in the other direction.
No more than 30?
Aim to keep us at 2,500 feet.
Dude, I'm working on it. We got a lot of things going on right now. Don't lift. Do not lift. I'm not telling you to lift. Mother trucker.
Again on our left we see the coastline. It's typically best to keep a line feature to your left side, as this makes it easiest to see from your seat. Other aircraft following the same line should also be doing this, which gives some assurance of separation. You could follow a coastline for many hours, giving high confidence in lateral tracking, but unless your destination is also coastal, this is unlikely to be your most direct route. Continue ahead towards the disused airfield at Thorney Island, a good example of the next type of ground feature, the point feature. Point features are distinct landmarks which provide a single accurate location. These are usually most useful as turning points, as they give an exact spot on the ground at which you can accurately commence the next leg of your route. They do not provide any guidance until they are in view, so distances between 2-point features is limited to your visual range.
Oh, okay.
Disused airfields can be a useful tool, particularly in the UK, as there are many of them scattered across the landscape.
Very turbulent and windy.
Being out of service, there's also no air traffic control or airspace considerations for flying directly over them, unlike an active airfield. However, their appearance varies greatly. Some, such as Thorney Island, are readily visible, as the runways are still present and are paved, which contrasts well with their surroundings. Other examples may be difficult to pick out. They might lack the original runways,
it's a little bit of a light
and may be
plane,
redeveloped
Tony.
for other uses, such as farming,
Any little high
storage,
wind
or
is going
housing.
to throw me off.
Take us towards Thorney Island just up ahead.
Sir, where do you... Oh, God. Sir, where do you think I've been taking you? Very bumpy ride today. I'm doing a lot of stick movement here. Or yoke movement, I guess I should say.
Notice how, as you get close to a feature, it becomes obscured by the aircraft's nose.
Yep.
As you get near, you could make a slight deviation to the right in order to keep the feature visible, but being cautious not to harm the accuracy of your turn onto the next leg. It can also be useful on the approach to a point to select a spot alongside, so that you can more accurately judge when you have reached overhead.
So you can go like that. You can go like that. Oh god, go that way. When did... Oh god. There we go.
Aim to keep us at 2,500 feet.
Yeah, do you not see that there's something wrong? Had to adjust. Had to adjust.
We're overhead Thorney Island now. Please make a left turn towards Portsmouth, and we'll look at the next type of waypoint, the area feature. Up ahead we have the city of Portsmouth, situated on Portsea Island. Portsmouth is a very historic military city, having been a huge part of the Royal Navy since 1194, and is home to about 2/3 of the Navy's surface ships. Towns and cities are typically too large to be considered as a single point, but their large dimensions do make them more visible from a distance. It is often most useful to select a point feature that is within an area feature. This could be a landmark building, major road junction, or perhaps a sports stadium. The large area feature gives visibility from a distance, and then when you get nearer, the point feature provides accuracy. Other examples of area features are industrial facilities and large lakes, each with their own benefits and limitations, which you'll experience throughout Navigator. Keep us on our way to Portsmouth, and we'll pick out a point feature once we get nearer.
Might have to make a few adjustments to this rig. I have one thing that is just kind of making it tight. See, like, oh, that was a big burst of wind. Jeez Louise. Gotta go down a little.
As we get nearer to the city, we can pick out a local landmark, the Spinnaker Tower. Designed to represent the spinnaker sail of a ship, the Spinnaker Tower is a tall, distinctive building that is prominently visible beside the water. This makes it a natural choice for a visual reporting point, VRP. VRPs are officially recognised and shown on VFR maps, chosen for their easy recognition. Take us over the Spinnaker VRP.
Okay. Yep, that's exactly what I thought it was.
Notice how densely populated Portsmouth is, with rows and rows of terraced streets. Choosing a particular street would be challenging, even for those familiar with the area, making them unlikely choices for a point feature.
Yeah, that makes sense. Pretty high up here. Looks like I'm looking at Lego pieces down there. It's very bumpy. Bumpy. Very, very, very bumpy. We're just going to keep going straight. We're going to get right lined over the top of it at a, 25? 26? So 26. We'll just keep on 26.
Now please make a turn to the right to head north. We'll now look at crossing a line feature rather than following along its length. As line features are single dimension, as we discussed earlier, if we plan to cross over the line, we get little to no lateral guidance as we approach.
There's a highway right there, I can see
But we do now get very accurate distance information, as we know the exact moment that we cross the line, in this case the M27 motorway. This can be very useful for checking timings to see if the flight is progressing at the expected speed. Major discrepancies can indicate a change in the wind. Fly north until we reach the M27 motorway.
I mean, I'm not really flying all that north. We're at like 34, 35. Three 350. I'm eating my breakfast still. So I'm trying to fly and eat breakfast. For all of you wondering what I'm eating for breakfast, I'm eating overnight oats.
Here we are
With some
crossing
coffee.
directly overhead to the M27 from a 90-degree angle. Using line features in this way can help when lost,
Right.
as you can head towards the line, knowing that you will eventually meet it, from which point you can work out where along the line you are.
Go down.
Now turn left to follow the M27 westbound, keeping it on your left. Level the wings here and we can see the motorway stretching off into the distance, which would be an easy line feature to follow.
I was just thinking something. What?
So now we've had a look at the various
God.
types of features that can be chosen as reliable waypoints. Throughout Navigator, we'll introduce concepts such as wind drift and the navlog, plus explore some of the varied landscapes that you will come across, such as mountain valleys, snow-covered countryside, and a dark night in the desert. Next, we'll look at stringing a series of waypoints together to form a basic
Oh my
route.
god, that's so windy. Let's go! Past our first lesson. Yes, I under and for all those that are telling me, sitting here telling me that they have training. I know. I know. I know. But this, I guess, is supposed to be better from the research I've done. So, I know. So, yeah, it goes from all the way from 0 to hero with the jetliner. But it's all A320s. Nothing wrong with that. Fly by wire. Alright, so we did the view above. Welcome to Navigator 2. Stepping Stones. System 152. Super light plane. Easy manipulated by wind. Oh, look at that. Go and get bridge. Alright, I know it. Bit my lip. I hope my audio is not messed up. Take the wheel.
Welcome back. We're flying on a warm summer's evening just to the northeast of San Francisco Bay. We're going to look at stringing a series of navigation features together to form a basic route towards the city. We'll start off by following the Highway 80 towards Vacaville, which is just up ahead. We're going to start to introduce the importance of accurate flying in order to ensure reliable navigation. First, please make sure that we start off at precisely 3,000 feet, as we're going to look at accurate altitude holding. We're going to fly underneath some of the controlled airspace that surrounds San Francisco International. This allows us to navigate and make turns as we wish without having to deal with ATC and other traffic at this busy international airport.
That makes sense.
When flying beneath airspace, we have to maintain accurate altitude control. If we get sloppy and accidentally climb up, into the floor of the airspace above us, inadvertently we would pose a safety risk to jetliner traffic, and it would land us in a lot of trouble. This is why I'd like you to
It's
maintain
better to be
3,000
lower
feet
than
as
higher.
accurately as possible, so that you get into the habit of flying with precision, as this will be an important aspect of navigation. Keep us at 3,000 feet and fly us to the far side of Vacaville, where the highway leaves the city. Please be accurate when maintaining 3,000 feet.
Ba 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 ba. Bum 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 bum. That's just more of where I would be sitting. Go to like 230 degrees right here. Or no. Yeah, 230 right here. Right, that should be. Oh shit, we gotta go up. Going a little low there, bud. Getting a little there, little low. Pull up. Okay, I pulled up.
Looking to the left, we can see the large city of Fairfield. Make a left turn to head for the southwest corner of the city, again following Highway 80.
That's where it's gonna go.
Following the highway keeps us clear of the military airspace to our left, which surrounds Travis Air Force Base. We know this by looking at the route map, which we will have prepared in advance.
Right,
Choosing reliable features helps us stay clear of any airspace conflicts, but be mindful of other aircraft doing the same thing. Keeping a good lookout for traffic is an important part of VFR navigation. We are not under the supervision of ATC, so seeing and avoiding other aeroplanes is entirely our responsibility. We can see the large area feature of Fairfield from a good distance, which we will focus down to a point feature by an industrial region at the other side of town, which is where we're heading now. We're not going directly over the town centre, as we always want to have the possibility to be able to glide to a safe landing spot in the event of an engine failure.
Makes sense.
Staying to the edge of town allows us to keep our options open. Take us to the edge of town, where you'll see the industrial warehouses and some wind turbines.
Okay, I see the wind turbines.
Please be accurate when maintaining 3,000 feet.
Listen, I've been trying to. I don't know why it's going up other than lift on the airplane because they're flying into the wind now. So I think that there's just plain old wind lift. And I'm trying my best here, okay? I'm trying my best. That's all you can ask for, right? Okay, not so much. It's pretty steady. Get some lift on this. Oh, my leg is twitching. Oh. Starting to level out. Here we go. Whoa!
Our next waypoint is going to be the Benicia Martinez Bridge, just off to our left. Make a left turn here to point us towards the bridge.
Could be over there. There it is. Oh! Are you gonna cuff your chair for this shit? Oh my god. No. There we go.
As you can see, this is a pretty basic form of visual navigation. We simply steer towards a waypoint that we can see, and once we arrive there, steer to the next waypoint, like stepping stones. This method is simple and easy to follow.
I get why it's
doesn't
called
have very
stepping
good
stones
accuracy,
now.
making it most suited to local flying areas that you're all familiar with. It is also unlikely to be the most direct route to your destination, as we're limited by having to choose waypoints which are within view. This is a good time to talk about altitudes. There are two main ways that we refer to how high we are flying, altitude and height. Most of the time we reference our altitude, which is
Right.
our vertical distance above mean sea level, AMSL. Our height is our vertical distance above ground level, AGL, which becomes more relevant when flying near high terrain.
Correct.
Just before we reach the bridge, we'll be entering what is called a transponder mandatory zone, TMZ, which means we have to have a transponder in order to fly in that area. The transponder can be seen at the bottom of our radio stack and works by broadcasting some basic information about us, such as our altitude and the code that we have set our transponder to, known as our squawk.
Correct.
We have a squawk of 1200 set, which is the designated squawk for flying under Visual Flight Rules, VFR, known as the conspicuity code. ATC can see our position on radar, to which our transponder adds altitude information and our squawk code, so to give the controller more information about us. This type of transponder is known as Mode C.
Okay.
More advanced transponders, known as Mode S, can provide much more data, such as our aircraft type, speed, and autopilot settings. They can even communicate with other aircraft's transponders in order to avoid collisions. Our more simple Mode C system fitted to our Cessna 152 is more than enough for our purposes and allows us to enter the TMZ surrounding San Francisco.
Oh, man. Trying to hose down this coffee real quick and gain some energy. No, don't sink, don't. Oh, I guess we gotta sink a little, don't we? Okay, where do you want me to go after
We're
this?
just going to aim for the northern ends of the bridges, as the other side of the water is quite close to the edge of the airspace surrounding Buchanan Field Airport, which we need to avoid.
Sure.
There are actually 3 bridges here, 2 for road and 1 for rail, allowing traffic to cross the Carquinez Strait.
Holy shit, I saved it, but holy oh my god. Holy shit, that almost took me out just there. Almost had to press pause.
Please be accurate when maintaining 3,000 feet.
I literally, did you not just hear me? Where's that turning? God damn, did you not just hear me? Holy shit. Dude, my fucking whole hamstring just was like,
Great. Now make a right turn towards another set of bridges, the Carquinez Bridge. The pair of bridges coming up are an example of old and new. One is a cantilever type bridge, and the other a more modern suspension bridge. Built to cope with increased traffic volume, the suspension bridge carries southbound traffic and is better suited to seismic activity, as the suspended roadway allows some sway. Large bridges like these make great point features as they are easy to spot, contrast well with the water, and are often of unique design.
You see San Fran
Some
right
can
there?
be very tall, stretching hundreds of feet into the air.
Good, because
So
it's not
do
there.
take this into account
Gotcha.
when planning altitudes. We also have the San Francisco Bay ahead of us. This entire bay area took a long time to
Way
become
over there.
developed, as explorers repeatedly missed the narrow and recessed entrance, now known as the Golden Gate.
Sink, sink, sink. There it is. You know, the one thing that we haven't done, takeoff. I feel like, well, actually, no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. When you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Whoa. We want you to get a feel for the plane first. So that makes sense why we're not doing takeoffs or anything right now. That makes sense. The feel for the plane, how to control it. Is it seriously leveling stuff off? Interesting.
To our left, we can now see our next stepping stone, Point San Pablo, where the land juts out from Richmond, the second strip of land. Turn us to the left and take us to Point San Pablo.
Okay.
Please be accurate when maintaining 3,000
Shut up.
feet.
I don't know why it's sinking so much right now, okay? It wasn't a second ago until I started looking.
You've been maintaining 3,000 feet for quite a while now. We're going to dip just a little lower, which will keep us clear of the main controlled airspace for San Francisco, which will be coming up
500.
shortly and stretches from 3,000 feet upwards. In order to remain below the base of this airspace, we'll make a small descent to 2,800 feet, which will
Nice.
give us a couple of hundred feet altitude as a safety
I was
margin.
already there.
Alright, this altitude will keep us clear of the controlled airspace, which begins just beyond Point San Pablo. Now please keep us at 2,800 feet as accurately as possible.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. I got it, sir. Yeah. I'm sorry that I know that this is kind of boring. It is what it is, but why?
I'm now going to add a second dimension to your manual handling by asking you to maintain not only your altitude, but also a specific speed of 100 knots.
Alright, 100 knots. Here we go.
Speed control will be important as we progress to longer route legs, which are based on accurate timings. Please set us up at 100 knots whilst maintaining 2,800 feet.
Sure thing, Daddy-O. I don't know why I just said that.
100 knots is a comfortable cruising speed for the Cessna 152 and will make for easy time calculations in later lessons. Maintain both 2,800 feet and 100 knots all the way to Point San Pablo.
Easy peasy. 'Cause a lemon, it's squeezy.
This area is full of great navigation features, with coastline, highways, cities, and bridges. On a good weather day like this, it has everything we need to find our way.
Sure.
Make sure to keep us at 2,800 feet altitude.
I'm there-ish, kind of. I'm in decent standings. All right, let's back this off a little bit. Down. Down, sir. Bring the plane down. It's hot in here, though. Might have to take out my sweatshirt. When you got computers cooking, when you got computers cooking, and a sweatshirt on. Now, do you see the way to go? Because it's right over there. Right there. Look at that. Shit. Oh, we're going too high. I was looking at the good old Frisco of Sands.
Next up is a really unique location. Make a left turn and point us towards our next waypoint, Alcatraz.
Told you. If you guys have never been to San Francisco, make sure to
Just
wear
crossing
some
the
flowers.
nose now, across the San Francisco Bay, is the Golden Gate Bridge,
Yep.
one of the world's most iconic
And that's
landmarks.
the Oakland Bridge.
Looking dead ahead is the city of San Francisco itself, with Oakland Bay Bridge further left in the windscreen. The larger island ahead of the nose is Angel Island, with Mount Livermore at its centre. Alcatraz is the much smaller island to the left of Angel Island, and is famous for its prison for dangerous criminals, which closed in 1963. The lighthouse there is the oldest on the Pacific coast.
Listen, if you guys have never been to San Francisco, one, I'm going to tell you when you should go. Definitely go. Is
As we
one
get
of the
nearer,
most
you can get some stunning
amazing
views of
cities
the city and the bay.
Make
San
sure
Francisco
you
and
stay
Oakland
away
airports
from the
are not far
Tenderloins.
south from here, so Alcatraz is about as close as we can
And
get
don't listen to
the
what they
built
say about it.
areas.
San Francisco is definitely a place. There's every big city like that's got its problems, but San Francisco is a different thing. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. I love it. I truly. Another thing I'm gonna say is if you do plan on going or anything, make sure to wear some flowers in your hair. Just look up exactly what I said to you and you'll understand. Sorry, I was just being the boat out there. I didn't know that they had a cruise ship port. Maybe they do though. Why are we going up? Ba-na-da-na-da. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Let's just land on Alcatraz. I'm just kidding. This is a joke. We're not landing on Alcatraz. If we had a helicopter, we could. Or a boat. Should be flying over Alcatraz any minute now. Trans-American Tower should be right there. See that pyramid one? Right there? Yep, that's Trans-American. We're going to take a left. We're going to go right. We're going to go take a look at Alcatraz.
Now take a right here and head straight towards the Golden Gate
I was
Bridge.
just going to go do it myself.
Painted in international orange for visibility in the fog.
Literally, I made up
Golden Gate
color
Bridge
just
is
for
over
this.
a mile in length, making it the world's longest suspension bridge at the time it was completed in 1937. The towers reach up 800 feet and weigh 22,000 tons each.
This bridge is definitely a marvel
carrying over 100,000 vehicles per day.
Of engineering. Fun fact: when they were building this, they didn't use oh, what was it? Never mind. Forget it. Great. Flying to the Golden Gate Bridge now. Past it, actually. If I'm not mistaken. We're like over the top of it.
Fantastic. We've made our way here by using a simple stepping stone method of picking out visible features and
We did a
hopping
great
from
job.
one to the other. This works fine for locations with lots of iconic features such as landmarks, bridges, and major towns and cities. Next we'll look at taking more efficient and direct routes to where we want to go.
Okay. Yippee-ki-yay! I think we can get one more in. Oh, it sucks. I wish there was a way to get back to it. But it's triggered into the training menu, so I don't know how to do that because it's not their own thing. All right, watch the clock. How long is this gonna take? 30 minutes. Do we do it? Fuck it. Forget it. We're gonna do it. We're doing it. So my plan is before we hit the jetliner with this, okay? We're gonna jump over into. I could do it here too. We're in Microsoft Flight
For this
Simulator 2020,
exercise,
by the
we're
way,
going
not
to use
2024.
more
But we can jump over to
sophisticated
20.
navigation techniques by introducing Dead Reckoning. Dead Reckoning relies on the simple principle that if you fly in the right direction for the right amount of time, you will arrive in the right place. In order for the timings to work correctly, we will decide upon a cruising speed which we will need to fly accurately, which is why we introduced speed holding in the previous tutorial. At the moment we are following the northern coastline of Cornwall in the UK's southwest, just past Newquay. Keep following the coast towards the small airfield of Perranporth at 3,000 feet. During pre-flight planning, we will have produced a nav log, which lists each waypoint of our route and the headings to fly between them.
I don't even see a clock on it.
Using a cruising speed of 100 knots, we have worked out how many minutes each leg of our route will take, which will help us to know when we should be getting close to our next turning point. Remember that these timings will only be useful if we actually fly the speed we have planned, so maintain 100 knots precisely. Along with an accurate speed, our heading keeping must also be accurate. For each leg we will have specific headings to fly, which must be flown as precisely as possible in order to keep us to our planned route. Once we reach Perranporth, we'll begin the first leg of our route by turning to heading 205, which will fly for 4 minutes, taking us to the town of Redruth.
4 minutes, okay. Say at 100. I'm gonna back off just a smidge. Reiterate our hill. Now, before you do this, I do recommend that you do if you're brand new to simming or flying in general, I do recommend you do go do the basics, because it will teach you the whole aspect of all the stuff on the plane, or just do a little bit of research. There's some stuff that you can find on YouTube and whatnot. Maybe I'll make something about it. All right, about to start.
Please keep us at 3,000 feet.
Oh, sorry, I thought it was. My bad. $205, right?
We're just reaching overhead Perranporth, our starting point, so turn us on to heading 205. Alright, now we're on our way. Note the time, and in 4 minutes from now, we should arrive at Redruth, our next turning point. The importance of accurate heading keeping becomes greater with longer leg distances. If you fly 1 degree off from your planned heading, After 60 nautical miles, you'll be 1 mile off course. This is known as the 1 in 60 rule. A heading is our direction in degrees magnetic, as is displayed on our compass and heading indicator, and is the direction the nose is pointing. Keep us on heading 205.
We're good. You said 4 minutes. We're not even at a mid yet. Turn that way just a smidge.
The point we're aiming for is a junction on a main road, the A30, which passes just to the north of Redruth. As the town is an area feature, we can see Redruth already, but we will only become visual with our point feature junction as we get nearer. Keep us on heading 205.
You said 4 minutes. We're at 2 minutes right now. 2 more minutes.
I can just pick out the junction now, and the time is reaching 4 minutes. In person, you can lean and move your head around in order to keep a waypoint in sight. Here we can use the external camera if you wish.
No, I'm okay. You said 205. We're past 205.
Please keep us at 3,000 feet.
Oh shit.
Keep
Oh my
100
god.
knots for accurate timings. Our next leg is towards St. Anthony Head, which is heading 130 for 5 minutes. So make a left turn now onto heading 130.
No more than 30. Start leveling yourself out.
Now that we've completed our turn, make a note of the time. This leg is for 5 minutes. Timekeeping can be done in a number of ways, such as checking the aircraft clock and adding 5 minutes for an arrival time, or running a stopwatch. We can see St. Anthony Head already, as it is at the tip of the distinctive thin strip of headland just beyond the town of Falmouth. Please keep us at 3,000 feet.
I'm working on it. I went a little high, I know.
Keep 100 knots for accurate timings.
Oh shit.
At each turning point, we check a few items to ensure that we remain organised and keep track of some important things. One method is to use the 5 T's: turn, time, tune, temp, tank. The first item is turn. Ensure a correct and accurate turn to the heading of your next leg. This is followed by time. Start timing the leg, whether using a stopwatch or other method. Next you tune, meaning set any radio frequencies and transponder codes needed. Also to ensure that the heading indicator is still aligned with the magnetic compass. Temp is for engine temperatures and pressures, or T's and P's, checking they are all indicating in their normal ranges. Finally, tank. How much fuel remains, and do you need to start using another fuel tank to keep the aircraft balanced?
Wait a second.
We'll use the 5 T's at our next turning point. Please keep us at 3,000 feet. Keep 100 knots for accurate timings.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm just an idiot. Reading it wrong. I'm reading this one wrong, but yes, they're on point. Actually, they're not. Oh, I guess I can. 100 knots, dude. Oh, baby, it's the time. I could sit here all day and do this, but I don't have all day. And I don't think you do either. So this is going to be our last one, boys and girls, ladies and gents. Yeah. Coming up that coast, that breeze, that coastal breeze is getting us good. Creating a lift. We're not far off, I'm going to tell you that right now.
We can now clearly see our turning point. When we reach it, we'll be looking for heading 050 for 6 minutes.
Zero 50. Okay. 050.
Keep 100 knots for accurate timings.
Well,
please keep us at 3,000 feet.
We're at 5 minutes. We should be turning here soon. Give it a little bit more oomph. Give it that oomph juice. All right. We have some oomph juice going.
We have arrived at the turning point, so first we turn to our next heading, which is heading 050.
050.
Bank angle.
Oh, we're past 30. Oh my God.
Now start the time for 6 minutes, which will take us to Mevagissey, our next turning point. We are remaining outside of controlled airspace, so we don't need to tune any radio frequencies or change our score.
And we should be
engine temps all look good and in the green. Plenty of fuel in the tank and still balanced. Get into the habit of using the 5 T's at every turning point. In Mevagissey, we'll aim for the harbour. Keep 100 knots for accurate timings.
Yo, dude, I'm working on it, okay? I have throttle almost fully open. Almost. I can go full open. But you're gonna yell at me again. See, like, why? Stop lifting me, game.
Please keep us at 3,000 feet.
Yeah, I just got boosted up. That wind came up crazy, said, hey, listen, we know you're supposed to be at 3,000 feet, but we're going to want you to go higher. And I said, I'm going to get yelled at. And they said, we don't care. So, yeah, what now, big boy?
We need heading 050 for this leg.
Yeah, I know. Dude, you're trying to, the fucking blade. Okay, I'm flying. See what I mean? Fuck you.
We need heading 050 for this leg.
Listen, dude, look at what just happened. I was going perfectly, and then everything just dipped. Okay? I'm trying to figure out why the fuck the plane is not reacting properly. Okay? There we go. Okay.
We're getting close to Mevagissey now, and we can pick out the harbour. Next leg will be a short leg to the Eden Project on heading 014 for 3
We're
minutes.
only at 5.5. Oh, maybe by 6. No, 30 seconds. We're at 100 knots. We're actually going faster than 100 knots, and yet. No, we're about time. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Wait, where are we going?
Turn. Make a left turn onto heading 014.
3, 2, 5.
Time. This leg will be for 3 minutes. Tune. This leg is also clear of airspace. Temps. Engine parameters are in the green. Tank. Fuel level looking good. The Eden Project is located at the base of an old quarry, which might make it harder to see until we're getting close. You will identify it with the large biome domes, which house an indoor rainforest.
That's kind of cool. There it is. I see it. There.
Here you can pick
2
out the
minutes.
huge biome domes of the Eden Project, which opened in 2001 and is focused on promoting sustainability and environmental awareness. The larger dome contains the world's largest indoor rainforest, with the second dome simulating Mediterranean conditions.
That's kind of cool.
Please keep us at 3,000 feet.
I dropped. I know.
This leg will take us to Colliford Lake, the largest lake in Cornwall, which serves as a reservoir. Turn, heading 036. Time 6 minutes. Tune not required. Temp and tanks are looking good. Keep 100 knots for accurate timings. Please keep us at 3,000 feet.
Yeah, I just did.
Keep heading 036, please.
Oh my god. Why is the fucking
Please
thing...
keep us at 3,000
No
feet.
shit. But why do I keep going up? I'm not even pushing up on this, pulling up on it.
Lakes work well as a mixture between area and point features. Taking up a wide area, they are visible from afar, especially when the lighting conditions cause the sky to be brightly reflected by the water. Lakes also usually have sharply defined edges and features such as spillways, piers, or small islands, making for useful point features as we get nearer.
I don't know why that thing is jumping like it is, but it is jumping like crazy. What do you say, 6 minutes? That was crazy spike. About a minute and a half.
We can see the lake up ahead. Aim for the dam wall, which is on the southern edge of the lake.
30 seconds.
Please keep us at 3,000 feet.
Oh my god, drop.
Great job. This is an advancement on the stepping stones technique, as now we can steer towards waypoints which are small or too far to see due to distance or visibility. Adding the time element also provides us with an indication of progress, as now we can tell when we are nearing the waypoint and what time we can expect to arrive. So far we have looked at navigating in still air, where there is no significant wind. But wind adds a new dimension that needs to be accounted for, which we'll look at next.
Okay, we'll look at it next then. Alright! Next time, we're going to take a look at wind. Not sure how the wind looks, but we're going to take a look at it. Alright, ladies and germs, have a great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to, if you liked this content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya!